Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Dammit Jim's Gun Info. Today I'm going to discuss the SIG P320 weapon system. The SIG P320 is a modular weapon system that the U.S. military contracting has just recently won, and they're transitioning away from the M9 Beretta to the P320, also known as the M17 and M18 handguns. Those have an actual manual safety, but the guns that we have right here do not. As the old saying in Black Hawk Down was, "This is my safety, sir." So, bearing all that in mind, as we can see, everything here has been cleared. We have a couple loaded magazines, but we're not going to play with those. I just have those there for size. Because up here we have the P320 standard with 45 automatic. As you can see, I'm shooting flying trash cans out of these. Then you have the 9mm. And then the frames, oversized magazines that allow you to see how much ammunition you actually have. And then the standard SigSauer magazine. One of the things that I'm not particularly fond of about the P320 is over at SigSauer, your average person who shoots a handgun is probably right-handed. So if you did a magazine check, you would eject the magazine in your hand for your shooting in your strong hand, and then you would look and you cannot tell how much ammunition is left in the magazine. Meaning that you have to turn the magazine over to check your witness holes to verify how much ammunition you still have left in your magazine. The benefit of the clear magazines is that you don't have that problem. So why they ended up doing that on the right-hand side of the magazine instead of the left, or both sides, or the back, is beyond me. But anyway, now the P320 weapon system has a lot of options that you can actually end up doing to it. So as you can see here, this is the actual grip module trigger mechanism. That is the actual serialized part that actually counts as the firearm. You can find these at different gun shops stripped to where it's just the base piece of material. And then you can actually buy the trigger mechanism part to assemble it into a functioning trigger mechanism that you can then put into your frame. And it's relatively simple. After this is assembled, you find the grip frame that you like, and then you take sliding this in, watching your trigger mechanism. You have a little T-bar on the back that you have to engage, pushing the trigger in so that it can slide down. As you can see, everything pops into place. So then once everything pops into place, there's your slide stop. Then you would take your takedown pin, and then you would end up having to push it in. Now mind you, there is a bit of a finesse that you end up having to use, because there is a transfer bar inside your firearm that you have to manipulate, because it creates a block right inside your mechanism right there. So as you maneuver your firearm, you plug, and there it goes, and then you have to push it the rest of the way in, and then it locks into the little notch right there on the lower, pushing it all the way through. Okie doke. Now, with that in place, what you can do next is you can take the slide of your P320 that you want, turning this side down so that it will receive the upper receiver. Now these are standard upper receivers. I've added an extended barrel that was threaded so I could put a muzzle brake on it so that I can take advantage of the compensating effects that it does. You put your recoil spring right back into place. Then you slide it onto the rails, pushing your slide all the way to the rear, locking your slide to the rear. You will rotate that slide stop, and then when you release the slide, it locks into battery. Then you can end up taking your magazine, and there you go. And it'll lock open. So you have an empty magazine, and you can do immediate action from there, load magazine, or do whatever you end up needing to do. Now, an interesting aspect of the P320, because of its modularity, a company called Flux Defense came up with the M17 or MP17 grip chassis. And it is just a grip. just like these right here, just like these right here. It's a lower grip assembly. Now the interesting thing about this is they have two different versions. One is a butt stock and the other one is an arm brace. This is the arm brace one. As you can see, it's more to the left of the side of the firearm with a little hook there, so it will hook onto your forearm. There's a single point sling mount. You can mount you a holographic red dot on top if you like. It provides you the opportunity to still utilize the iron sights if you so desire. These are night sights so that you can engage in low light scenarios. So when you put your slide on there, doing it exactly the same way, which I just showed you with this pistol right here, slide everything on, lock everything to the rear, pull your latch up, and then there you go. You drop your slide and you're ready to go. Now, the benefit of this is that it allows you to have an extra magazine on standby. This is not a grip. This is only a magazine well. You just grab a magazine here, pull up, and you get your magazine. You can put it right into the magazine well. You can actually also use the full size or extended magazines and provide you with a lot more ammunition capacity. You see, it's a very easy to wield firearm. If you need to use the arm brace or the ones with the buttstock, you simply push this lever down with your finger and make sure you have your nose clear, because it comes out with a little bit of force. And then what you can do is then you can hook with your forearm, putting out as so, aligning your sights, or you can actually shoulder it if necessary if you have the buttstock on it. To close it again, pull down your lever, push, and then it closes everything up, and then it lacks a little bit of oomph. And what it also provides you with a single point sling mount, you can put it, and then what you can also do is it has a level 2 holster. This has got a drop on it, which allows you to take and lock your weapon into the holster. Now there's a thumb release right here, which allows you to then release the firearm. So as you grab your firearm, you push down with your thumb and the firearm comes out. The good thing about this is that it provides you with the option to use a TLR 1 or 6 type flashlight, which then will also go into that slot and everything right there, so that you can actually have the flashlight on your weapon. It also provides enough clearance for an extended barrel and a suppressor if you so desire. But again, these are the different options that are available for the P320. Like I said, they come in 9, 40, 357 SIG, and 45. Unfortunately, at this time, the only X-carry grips, which I really love over the standard grips, are 9mm 357 SIG and 40 Smith & Wesson. They do not have them yet for the 45 automatic. Hopefully before too long they'll get those out there, because it is a much better grip, provides a little bit more straight material for those of us with big hands, and with my big paws I like the good grip. So if you haven't explored the P320, I highly recommend that you do. It is an amazing weapon system developed by SigSauer, and I cannot pour on enough accolades for this weapon system. The modularity affords you the option to do whatever you want to your firearm. So what do you want to do? Go to SigSauer.com and look at what the options and everything are. Aftermarket options are rapidly hitting the market, and so you can tune it to whichever your heart desires. So please check out the P320 weapon system. If there's a range near you that allows you to rent them, check it out. There's also the opportunity to hit the subscribe button for more information whenever I have it available. If you have any additional questions, please leave them down below in the comments and I'll try to answer as best I can. Thanks for watching Dammit Jim's gun information on the P320 weapon system.